There's a lot of good films coming out this year, which I think, well, hopefully good films, I should say. Hopefully good films, because there's a lot of chances, I feel like. There's more risk being taken this year, which leads us to our top 5 segment, which is most anticipated films for 2026. There are some on my list that are not on my box office list
Same.
because, I like taking chances when it comes to a consumer rather than, a person who's trying to draft these type of things. Like, for example, my number 5 goes to Hoppers because it is Pixar coming back and trying to basically reestablish themselves. Elio did not do well at the box office.
Yeah.
It gained a little bit more success on Disney Plus because people were actually like able to sit down and watch it, and it is good. I sat down and watched it. I enjoyed it, but I mean, a lot of people hated it.
Yeah.
But I think Hoppers is cute. I mean, if y'all remember way back in the day, I don't remember which animated studio it was, but it's called Open Season, another little franchise with animals in the
Yeah.
woods and
Yep.
stuff like that. I think this is very much like that. It resembles a lot of that concept, fun animals who are able to talk to each other, and it's a human aspect where their mind gets put into an animal and is able to talk to animals. And I think there's going to be a lot of adult humor in it as well that are innuendos that are nostalgia for, parents who were able to watch that beforehand, or adults, millennial adults who are parents now that are able to be like, this is what we grew up on and this is what we love. So I
For
think
sure.
Hoppers is going to be a new story with a lot of nostalgia feeling. So yeah, that's my number 5,
I
Hoppers.
like that. And my assessment after watching the trailer and then doing some research on that movie, and I think this is a fair comparison. I think it's going to do really well because it's basically Avatar animated with animals.
It is, yeah.
Right? Like that's a fair comparison, am I not right? So, and people love that story. So I think, yeah, I'm excited to see this one too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. My number 5, it's already come out. It was right at the beginning of the year, and I've already seen it. So clearly, it was much anticipated for me. And that is this thing on? With Will Arnett and Laura Dern and Bradley Cooper on a day. Just I loved it. I absolutely. This is, if you guys have been following us for a long time, listening to the show a long time, you know I am a drama driven, dialogue driven, character kind of guy. It's the filmmaker that I am. It's the type of movies I like to watch. It's the ones I gravitate to, and this is it. Bradley Cooper is, in my opinion, the modern day Clint Eastwood in the fact that he can tell a story with drama and dialogue and not a lot of action. Not that Clint can't put in the action, but he's really good at dialogue driven drama, character development stories. And I think that Bradley Cooper is phenomenal at it as well. He helped co-write this with Will Arnett. It is loosely based on a true story about a guy who kind of fell into stand-up comedy after going through a rough time. But this is a inside look at people struggling in a relationship. Two people that are clearly still in love but can't figure out and maybe think they're better off apart than together. Bradley Cooper, his character interjecting in and out is kind of like, they're couples and they go to this retreat every year or whatever, and they're kind of playing compare. He's hysterical in this film. I absolutely love how good. He always brings a character that just kills me. But what I really enjoy about this, though, is that the way Bradley chose to shoot it. He works with his frequent cinematographer collaborator, and they get it right every time. But they chose to go the handheld feel where it's all seems to be, even though it's not, but it seems to be one continuous non-stopping scene, and you are in it. You're always right in the face or over the shoulder, so you feel like you're in the room having the conversation, being a part of the life. The shots on stage, we talk about this all the time, where it's tight and you're feeling the tension and you're like, oh my gosh, is he going to bomb? Is he going to be okay? And you feel like you're right up there on the stage behind the mic with him. And I love that. Think Birdman, that type of a feel with the camera movement and but yeah, bro, like, I hope you, because I think you said you might be going to see this. I highly recommend this film, guys. It's not going to be gangbusters at the box office, but my film surprisingly did have a lot of people in it, which I was shocked, and they loved it. Everybody was having a great time in it, crying, laughing, everything. So, yeah, go see this one. This is a filmmaker's film, but a fan film also. Go see it. Is this thing on?
Great pick. Yeah, I definitely wanted to see that one because I'm a huge fan of Will Arnett. And I mean, if not a lot of people know, Will Arnett and Bradley Cooper are actually really good friends.
Yeah,
Like, Will Arnett was the one who helped Bradley Cooper get over some drug addiction and depression and things like that. So I can only imagine what that chemistry was like on set. I'm sure it was like awesome. Um, Number four for me for my most anticipated flicks for 2026 is one that you actually saddled me with for my box office draft, and I'm talking about the drama. Am I the drama? I can't be the drama. Oh man, I think Robert Pattinson and Zendaya are at the height of their careers.
same.
Honestly, I do think their chemistry is going to be unmatched. Really, anybody who's paired with Zendaya is like unmatched. Like they are made to look in such great light because the way that she performs, she's so graceful with her giving to other performances. I
Hmm.
think this is going to be phenomenal. And I mean, plus, like for all millennials out there right now who are either early stages of marriage, about to get married, in a serious relationship, I think that is going to drive people to go see it. I don't know about enough people, of course, because I wouldn't have chose it, but I do think it's going to be a good movie, and it's an A24 movie, and I do think that a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I'm hoping it's a good story, but with it being A24, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some weird freaking twist, because we know how they are. But I mean, they've proven time and time and again that they can create storytelling that keeps people on their toes, and we don't get a lot of that anymore.
No.
So I'm very excited to see their next interpretation of cinematic glory. So yeah, number four for me is the drama.
Yeah, no, I put it on the list for your box office bomb just because I don't think it'll make a lot of money, but I am
No.
highly anticipating seeing it as well. I think this is going to
Hmm.
be a comparison to, as I said earlier, the Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell movie. Um, it's going to be a great story. It's going to be outstanding performances. The chemistry is going to rock. It's going to move you. You're going to feel something when you watch it. I have no doubt it's going to be a brilliant film. Um, Sadly, though, those don't tend to do well. So but I will be there, right there with you. I'll be sitting in the theater, and I hope not alone, but I will hopefully be sitting in there with a bunch of people watching this one because I am excited about it. My number four, this franchise just cracks me up. I'm not saying these are stellar films. I'm not saying they're like cinematic masterpieces. I'm not saying like any of that. It's never, I don't, in my opinion, ever going to win an Oscar or anything like that. They're just fucking funny as hell. From the first one, De Niro. These films are, my number four is Fokker in Law, the continued, of Meet the Fockers, and Ariana Grande playing the potential daughter-in-law coming into the family, and now not Paul Rudd, Ben Stiller's character has now become the De Niro character,
Hmm.
basically,
Yeah.
with he having to, okay, are you good enough for my family? Are you kind of a thing? But they're all coming back. Terry Polo as the wife, and Ben Stiller, and everybody, De Niro, and these films just work because they're just slapstick, stupid humor. But you know why I think these films work so well? Because they take real life situations and then poke fun at them in a way that we basically laugh at ourselves. It's like, oh yeah, we've been there, and that was kind of funny. Let me take a good humorous laugh at myself because that was pretty stupid. And so I think that's why these films work so well. And I think this one will do decent at the box office. Not gangbusters, but I think it'll do well. And yeah, so I'm excited to see this one. It's a good laugh every time. Fokker in Law.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very much along the same lines as the Freakier Friday, where
Yeah,
it's very nostalgia. Um, I do think Devil Wears Prada 2 is probably also going to have that same success.
yeah, yeah.
And so it'll
Another
could
one
be
we
interesting
both
to
left
see.
off.
It's true. Yeah, yeah. I
that
don't think that one will make crazy numbers, though.
No, you don't. But maybe Sinners type numbers. It could be one of those where it
Yeah, I would say
overperforms
so.
but doesn't make
Hmm.
gangbusters. But
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Number three for me goes to Michael. Michael, I think, is going to be huge for biopics. I mean, this is literally the king of pop. And, the third act, if y'all didn't know, was supposed to be him encountering the sexual assault
Hmm.
claims against, the children in that whole case. But they decided to scrap that because one of the defendants in those case, like, signed a disclosure agreement to where, like, they can never use that in any particular form of
Yeah.
publicity or promotion or anything like that. So they had to completely rewrite the third act. So I'm interested to see how that's going to be. So it's just going to be basically a regular biopic of the height of Michael's fame. At least that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's his son, or not his son, it's his nephew playing him in the film.
Yep.
So that's very exciting. And I think we're going to get all the hits. It's going to be very nostalgia. A lot of 80s people like yourself are going to be like super engulfed in it. I
For
think
sure.
people are going to come out in droves. I think it's possibly going to be the biggest biopic ever and potentially the biggest bomb or biggest loss that we didn't put on one of our drafts because I think it has potential, but it's there's too much unknown about what could happen, so that's why I left it off. But I'm super excited to see it because I mean, everyone loves Michael Jackson music. Don't You can't lie about that.
No,
It's
it's
so good. It's so poppy. It's like so fun. So yeah, I'm super excited to see Michael.
And I think you just nailed it on the head. Regardless of what you think is or isn't true with what happened in his personal life, you love his music. Everybody loves
Yeah.
his music. And I think you're right. This one, though, not just 80s, this one will span a wide range of
Oh
audience
yeah,
because you're
for
going to
sure.
get his Motown people who are now in their 70s and 80s, right? That were following him along in his Motown years. Then my people that are in our 50s, that followed him through the late 70s and all through the 80s. Then you're going to get the introduction of the new generation, your guys' generation that was introduced to him afterwards because of
Hmm.
everybody loves the music, right? And so this one's going to span a really good block of generations, which I think the reason I didn't put it on is because I think it's going to follow along the same strategy of, and maybe the same fate of the Wicked movie. This one's being split into two films. So I think that hinders it sometimes, right? Because people will wait to go see the second one or all jump front heavy on the front and not go see so much the second one, which is odd, which is kind of what happened to Wicked. And I was like, what?
I
But
think the
so,
Wicked movie they were just too close together. I
yeah,
mean, there wasn't enough time. They need to space it out a little bit more. And I
agreed.
mean, everybody was still in love with the first film's music and didn't
Yes,
die off of it yet. So there's no people love music in musicals. So,
that's
and there
fair.
was never really a song that caught on, in my opinion.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I'm excited to see Michael as well. I think it's going to be outstanding and brilliant move to put his nephew because he looks exact. I mean,
So
he
much,
was a
yeah.
clone before they did the makeup to make him look even more so, but they didn't even have to put makeup on him. I mean, he looked just like him. It's crazy. My number three, speaking of, it's strictly nostalgia. Like, I was a young man in college when the first one came out, and it hit and it was beloved and it was the greatest thing anybody had ever seen, and I was like, oh my gosh. And now all these like these little kids that I knew back in the day, like my friend had a child and he wasn't even like 1 year old. Now they're all grown ass people. Like, that's how long this span has this franchise. Toy Story, I'm talking about Toy Story 5. I can't get enough of this thing. Every time they say they're coming back, I'm in. I'm in. It's so well done. This could be a franchise that runs the course. People get tired of. They do. But I think it was brilliant that they started with Andy as a kid and now you're seeing they've brilliantly written and taken this story, this character development of watching what happens when a kid grows up and how relationships change with parents, with friends, with things that you once adored that you don't anymore, and what's new, and so it's basically like watching a picture of yourself and what you went through struggling as a kid to grow up and find who you are as an adult. And that's why I think these movies continue to hit and continue to work. And Yeah, Toy Story 5, man. I'm so excited to see this one. I can't wait to see where they're going with this and how they're going to take it. And I think this one's going to perform well, man. And I'm fairly confident I will not be sitting in the theater alone with this one. This will be a
No.
lot of people.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, that franchise is older than me, only by a year,
That's
but
what I'm
that's like,
saying, man.
yeah,
It's
like it
so,
is.
it's great. And thank you for calling out my age. I referenced I was in college. You say I wasn't even born.
I
Yeah.
wasn't even born.
Although, to be
Yeah.
fair, I was late in my college career, like year 7, because I stayed in college forever for anybody who
Mhm.
doesn't know. But yeah, yeah.
That's so funny. But yeah, super excited to see that. And yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I've only seen the fourth one once, but I
Me
do know
too.
that
Yeah.
like Andy dropped them off to another girl in the third one, are obviously because of the daycare and stuff. But then like yeah, I don't remember what happened in four. I'm gonna have to rewatch that before the fifth one.
Yeah.
But number two for me, like I was talking about in the box office draft, is probably what I was talking about most in the box office draft, and that is Supergirl. I think Supergirl is going to be awesome, man. I'm super excited. The trailer looks fantastic. It's more cutting edge, I guess you could say. Superman is obviously the Boy Scout. Well, that's what everyone likes to call him. But Supergirl, she's the rebel, and people love rebels, and they love breaking the rules. And I think that's what Supergirl is going to be. And there's a lot of Star Lord that I saw in that trailer for Supergirl. I love Millie Alcock as well. I mean,
Yeah.
from
Brilliant.
obviously House of the Dragons, Game of Thrones, she's so freaking great. So I think she's going to do phenomenal. And yeah, I'm super, super, super excited to see Supergirl. And because I'm a Superman fan now, I keep saying that, but I'm a Superman fan now. So yeah,
Yeah.
pumped.
And Millie was the right choice. And John Papsadera, because he's freaking brilliant. He's like the best ever. But she was the right choice because she is capable of pulling off that hard-edged rebel,
Hmm.
ruthless when I need to be. Anybody who's seen her in House of the Dragon. But she's also completely believable as soft and vulnerable.
Hmm.
And you need that in Supergirl because that's what inevitably that story ends up being for anybody who's familiar with the comic that they're using as the source. So yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I think they're building something really special with DC, and I'm fairly certain that this one is going to set up World of Tomorrow, Man of Tomorrow,
Hmm. Hmm.
with Doom, with Brainiac and all that kind of. I'm
Yeah.
almost certain that's what this is, but it's gonna be great. Gonna be great. My number two, duh. It's in my draft. It's number one. It's like I really do feel like that because this is one of the greatest storylines in comic book history, in my opinion. It's Avengers Doomsday is my number two pick, and it is leading directly into Avengers Secret Wars, which is basically every single Marvel character in the existence of ever having to come together initially to fight, but then work together to survive. And by the time this storyline is over, we will have one definitive MCU universe. We will know who's left and who isn't. None of these multiverse, none of this. And it's cleaning house, as the Russo brothers said. This is a hard reboot, a hard reset. I've always thought the Russo brothers got it right. They know how to tell these stories. They know how to engage with the fans. They know how to drive the characters in a way that you feel for them. I think this is going to be huge. And there's a twist. Everybody's talking about, is Downey really Doctor Doom or is he not? Is he going to be both Doctor Doom and a variant of Tony Stark? Is Tony Stark Doctor Doom? There's so many different things, and all of those could be correct or not correct. And that's the brilliance of the Russo brothers. They know how to build suspense and tease. But they give you the answers. Like Infinity War gave you the endgame answer in it. If you just got to pay attention, the Russos are so classic. And that's why I'm so excited about this one. I cannot wait to see this and see how it sets up Secret Wars. And my only piece of advice, and then we will move on quickly. My only piece of advice, Mr. Russo, if we do not see the Hulk holding up the mountain range and Reed Richards just blasting him to piss him off so he gets stronger and stronger and can hold that shit up and not everybody's crushed, epic fail. It's one of the most brilliant comic book panels ever. It's one of the most brilliant moments where Reed just starts hammering Bruce about how fucking stupid he is and he's not the same level of intellect to get him to get mad, to get stronger, to hold up that mountain. Please put that in the fucking film. Please. That's all I'm saying.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm super excited about that one as well. It's just gonna be like, I feel like character star packed. It's gonna be crazy. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how they're gonna balance all of that. They did pretty well with Endgame and obviously Infinity War, but this is gonna be bigger
You,
and it's gonna be crazy.
you think they're going to try to balance like the same way they did with Infinity War and Endgame, where they kind of like split, where they focus heavily on a certain group in Doomsday and then more so on another group in Secret Wars? All
I
of
do
them in
think,
it,
yeah,
obviously, but
yeah. I
I don't
do
know.
think that it's probably going to be balanced in that way. Yeah, I'm hoping so anyway, to
Yeah,
where like
because
maybe you're focusing more on the older characters in Doomsday and the newer characters meeting the older characters in Secret Wars. I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be a lot.
I feel
It's
like
going
a
to be a
lot
lot
of
of
people are going to die in Doomsday, like Infinity War.
yeah.
It's going to set up the reintroduction of who
Hmm.
will be moving on and who won't. I feel like that
Agreed.
climactic end at Doomsday is going to be a shit ton. Will we see Peter crying again?
Right.
It's like, but I feel like that's what's coming. It's literally called Doomsday. I feel like we're going to see a lot of deaths in this film.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Well, number one for both of us, just because we are such big fans of the art of storytelling, we are such big fans of this particular director. It is The Odyssey. The Odyssey being number one for both of us. I'm super excited about it, not only because of the star-studded cast, but obviously I don't know. This type of story draws men in my opinion. We
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
love the Roman Empire. We love the Spartans. It was just like peak male masculinity, I feel like. And I mean, I gotta say, I'm like a really big fan of Matt Damon. Matt Damon puts out some really good movies, and he's a freaking solid actor.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he gets kind of like roped in with Affleck's antics every once in a while, but Matt Damon is very freaking solid, and he's funny too. Like he's really freaking solid. But I think the story is going to be epic. I think it's going to be a ride that we really haven't been on in quite some time. So I'm super pumped for it.
Wholeheartedly agree with everything you just said. And yeah, I really like, because I think for such a long time, Damon and Affleck were tied, right?
Hmm.
And they were trying to do the similar things. And I'm so glad they both realized I'm a better actor. I'm a better director. Let's go our paths, but still find a way to work together. And it's clearly benefited both of them because one, Matt is the better actor. I'm sure
Hmm.
he's a great director too, but he's clearly a phenomenal actor. And Ben, a good actor. I'm not saying he's
No,
a
he's
good,
good.
but phenomenal director. He knows how to tell a story, and so I like that. But yes, I agree. There's a reason why I think John Papsadera and Christopher Nolan picked Matt Damon. He's totally believable in this role. And then they said, "Oh, do you want me to beef up?" And they're like, "No, we want you lean but vulnerable because that's what Matt is going to bring to this character. I think a guy that could whoop your ass but also is vulnerable, and so it's gonna be brilliant. And yeah, I agree. And Johnny Bernthal. Enough said.
Yes,
Anything Johnny Bernthal is in, I am there always. And I guarantee you, the scenes that he's in, he's going to steal them. He's going
for
to
sure.
steal them because that's what Bernthal does. But super excited for this one, and Tom Holland, and just like all these, like what? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's going to be incredible. So, yeah, the Odyssey. I'm right there with you, man. I think it's going to be epic. Literally an epic.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Notice how both of us left off, which is this is going to be like the interesting one as well, Disclosure Day. Like I don't know, man.
I
I think
know.
I don't know about alien flicks anymore. I don't know if I'm interested in that, at least right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, but anyway, what's y'all's most anticipated film of 2026? Please let us know down in the comment section. Be sure to at us on Twitter, Threads, anything like that. We love the fan interaction. There's a lot of good movies coming out in 2026, and we want to
So
know
many.
what you're waiting on. What you're waiting on.